Hey, Joe here. I'm the custodian at ignitiondiecast.com, but this channel is mostly a video diary of my personal collecting, hijinks, successes, failures. Walk with me now as I open and talk about cars, trucks, and sometimes even action figures. I usually interject some sassy Gen X commentary about the hobby, tales from the toy aisle, and society itself. So be sure to like, subscribe, share, and definitely comment. Your opinion matters. Good morning. I got Big Black this morning because I needed a lot of coffee. That's usually a soup mug type thing, but I'm going hardcore this morning because it's Saturday. So today is day 2 of this Porsche review. So somebody asked, here's the original question from Friday. Can you do like a comprehensive look at all the Porsche castings Hot Wheels has done and show an example of each? So this was a great opportunity for me to go through a lot of my Porsches because most of it's not sorted. It's not like organized by model or year or anything like that. So this has helped me identify which ones I still need at least one of. And by way of entertainment, maybe you get to see one of each. I don't know. So far, I've identified a couple that I don't have, which we'll talk about tomorrow when this whole thing is over. But I got about 20 here today. Oh, I forgot to get the 71s. Hold on a sec. I have a whole box for this one. This is the 71 Porsche 911. And that definitely gets checked off because I have a whole bunch of those. I can't remember what this is a placeholder for, but it's one that I'm never going to be able to afford. So, got the 71 Porsche locked down. So let me check that off. I have a pen. I'm checking them off as we go over them because there's so damn many. There's like 69, 70 Porsche Hot Wheels castings. So, got that one. Yesterday, somebody asked to see the P911, which got a few of those. This is probably the best one. This one came out of the package, so it's pristine. It's a little off red. It's like tomato red. It's not like red, fire engine red. And the P928, there's that one. This is probably, I have about 5 of these, I think, but this one is perfect because it came out of the package. P928. On the topic of 928s, here is the 928 Safari. I think I may have showed this yesterday, but as long as we're talking about 28s, I'll show them all. So there's the Safari. And here's a Safari S. I don't know what the S stands for. It's a Porsche 928S Safari. So different casting, different roofs. Guess this one's a little jacked up. I'll have to look what the S means. Probably like a special performance package of the 928. So, hold on, let me check that off so I can keep track of what's going on here. All right, here is the Porsche Boxer Spider. And there's another casting, which there are exactly 2 of, called the 1998 Porsche Boxer, and I don't have that. So that's one identified that I do not have any of. This is the Boxer Spider, and I have 3 of these. Here is the 911 Targa. And this was one of 3 corgi castings. You can tell because it's a little big. There was a 935 corgi casting, which is another one I identified I don't have any of. There's the Porsche Carrera, which is the big chunky. I have about 4 or 5 of those. And this was the Targa. a previous corrugate release. So let me check that off. And there are three, I have three 935s, but I don't have the corgi one. So this one is called the 935 78. And I think this was ultra hot. Looks like it. Then there was the 938 2021 casting, or 2020 release. And I think this is a Boulevard. I like the mismatching wheels. I thought it was an error at first. And this is the 935 2022, which is the biggest difference between these two that you can notice at first is the hoods. Hoods are different. And how the front's slightly different. But mostly that divot in the hood differentiates this one from the other one. It's also a little shorter too. It's like a couple millimeters shorter. So let me check those off. Caymans. So there is a Cayman S, Porsche Cayman S, and here's one of those. And they've done this a lot. They did a purple one in the anniversary set, and I think I have about 6 or 7 of these. And this was the Cayman Porsche 718 Cayman GT4, and I really dig this color. This is one of my favorite Hot Wheels. It's from the premium series. Maybe Boulevard, I don't really remember what series this was a part of, but it's significantly bigger than the basic casting. Well, a tad bit, and has a much fancier track type arrow. So hold on one second, I gotta reset. Here is the 962, which I may have shown you this yesterday. I showed you a different 962 because it's checked off already for some reason, but there it is. I think I showed you a different version of that. It looks like the 917 KH is something I don't have, so that might, once I verify, I might have to star that one too. So this is a one of a kind. It's a Porsche 911 Turbo 3.6, and I think this is a Fast and Furious premium mix. And this, I think this was the debut, and I think it's the only one they've made so far, unless there's one coming up. So that was hard to find at first, and then it came along. Here's the RWB 930, and there's only been a few of these. There's like one in a premium series other than this, and then there's the purple one that comes on a team transporter. So probably the most expensive Porsche Hot Wheels casting out there. And here is the 89 Porsche 944 Turbo. I think this was the one from the Porsche series last year, the black one. And I have all of these. This is one that I have every casting of. Stethoscope in there. I think that's the designer, little tongue-in-cheek joke of the designer. Maybe Ryo Asada, I'm not sure. So that's all I'm going to show today, because I didn't have a lot of time. But tomorrow I'm going to do at least 20 cars. I got to finish this up, and then I'll tell you which castings, Hot Wheels Porsche castings, I don't have. So stay cool. We got a heat dome over this state, most of the country, and people are dropping like flies. So drink plenty of fluids and stay inside if you can. Talk to you mañana.